I'm about to die again.
My boy,
What's up? What's up?
welcome to the latest edition of the Domino Effect Conversations with Mike and
Pratt.
Yes, sir. We are back once again for the one time, maybe the two times, maybe for the three times. But what's been going on, my boy?
Man, you know how it is. Work after work.
Indeed. I mean, just came back off vacation.
Yeah, how was that?
Man,
yeah,
it was lovely, bro.
Where'd you go?
Miami, South Beach, Miami.
And why'd you go?
It was football related, but also personal. You know what I'm saying?
A little relaxation.
I mean, I've always been on my bucket list to go to South Beach. So if football is my excuse, then I mean, hey, straight up, it sounds like a great excuse to have, if any.
Yeah.
Because they say tripping is tripping, and when you tripping it,
don't bust your ass.
Not for sure. But what about you, bro? What's up? What's new?
Man, same old right now. Interview today. So
how'd they go?
Yeah, I think that went pretty good.
And
pretty darn good. So yeah, we
you went up in there and talk about yourself?
Yeah, you know I don't like doing that, right? You already know. Yeah. That's exactly what. Yeah, that's what they ask you. They want to know about you. I'm like, y'all know me. Most of y'all know me.
They say you hired me.
So,
but as far as to
okay,
all right. As far as today goes, man, it's I know I'm a little late to the party, but we didn't go live last week, so I definitely want to address it now. And it's definitely that Alicia Keys, Usher, halftime Swizzy.
I was waiting on it. I was like, you know he gonna breach and embrace.
When that nigga said Swizzy, can you tell me what time it is? Tell me, do you know?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right into it. As a matter of freaking fact, before we get into it,
paying some bills.
Definitely gotta pay some bills. So give me about 2 seconds, 2 shakes of $1 quicker than a stripper when I deliver. What you saying? This is the Domino Effect Conversations with Mike and
Pratt,
coming to you live on the Facebook, YouTube, and the Twitter. Every Wednesday, like we like to do, or at least we try to do every Wednesday. Let me make sure I say that.
We lining it up. Always trying out new equipment and stuff.
Always.
You see, we're trying to get. If y'all know anything about cameras, and I know, is it Crown? No,
wow.
The one with the crown and the J.
Oh, Jaleel say, brother.
Is he on the internet? We got anybody that knows graphics and stuff like that. I do not like shadow behind. I'm trying to find it. I've done all kind of lighting stuff to try to kill the shadow behind and still have that depth to it. Let your boy know, because
definitely
we're trying to improve as much as we can.
Definitely. Let me take this cuss out y'all face so y'all can see some edge.
Yeah.
Also, can't forget about my boy Hunter Hill over there with Hustle for Change. Make sure y'all go visit my boy page, showing some love. Always doing nonprofits, giving back to the community as always. Can't forget CJ Bus Service, 24/7 bus service. You see the number on the screen. One way or round trip, fun door service. Safe and dependable service. Fees are due like your respect. On time, every time on Monday. No wait till the fifth and final notice. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. Service in Acres Home, Granville, and Granville. Service in Acres Home, Greater Greenspoint in 1960, 45 area. There's no reason them kids can't get to school. Don't let the excuse be on you, like you saying. Shout out to my boys over there at GCP Trucking and Transportation. Hashtag Team No Rest. They are on Instagram at GCP_TNT. They are on YouTube at GCP_TNT. Check my boys out one time. Shout out to my boys over there at the table, Talented, Blessed, Lyrical Elite. That's my boy Scooby Gray, my boy Casper the Barbarian, Sonnet the motherfucking poet.
Hey.
Shout out to my boy Scooby Gray. Yes, sir. That's my people over there. Can't forget my people over there at Limitless Exposure Media. LXM if you into photography, videography, if you want like seasonal photos, wedding videographies, all those type of things. Make sure you get at my boys over there at Limitless Exposure. Let your media and your exposure be limitless. That is without limit. Fuck you saying. Shout out to my boys Jay Harris Crowns over there. Say, brother. Jaleel, what's the deal? Keep it real. When you hold the steel.
Man.
All right. So,
So you were telling the people how you felt about this embrace.
Yeah, I mean, it was rather crazy. And
why you say it was rather crazy?
I mean, if you don't know, just allow your boys 2 seconds, 3 shakes of $1 quicker than the stripper when I deliver. Hold on. Let me just give you a little bit of a little bit. Maybe a lot of a little bit. Y'all can see cuts. I'm sure y'all can see cuts.
So check it. If you ever want to see how it looks on the outside, that's why I got this. I'm trying to get the one where I can mount the tablet. It'll be a little bit bigger. We're working on stuff, y'all. We're working on stuff.
Sign up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, hold on. Scroll. My bad, y'all. I should have had this cause a little bit more ready. But forgive me. Oh yeah. Right there for the people to see it. Now, this is a married woman.
Yeah.
She's married to Swiss Beats. Swizzy, do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? So, this was Swiss Beats' response.
All right.
I said, scroll up. I said, that's it, dear. All right. Mm-hmm. Swiss Beats says, y'all talking about the wrong damn thing. Y'all don't see that amazing dress covering the entire stadium. Tonight's performance was nothing but amazing with 2 amazing giants. Congrats to Usher and my love, Alicia Keys. That song is a classic, which it is. Can't deny that. We don't do negative vibes on this side. We make history. Okay. Or as they say on I'm gonna call that shit the Rugrats. What was that called? The Little Rascals. Okay. So, what is your reaction to that?
Man, you know I don't play them games.
Okay, why don't you play those games?
Look, I'm not married to any of them. So I don't need to put the effort into it. Like I said, when I saw her, it was a surprise. Oh, Alicia Keys, I didn't know she was gonna be there. Yeah. So it was a surprise. I saw Usher start singing. I'm like, here's gonna be some molestation. That's just how it is. I don't mean that in a literal sense. Forget all the legal stuff. What I'm saying is there was gonna be an embrace. It happened. We just saw this with another thing. That's just the nature of the times we live in. If it's big news, if it's something that's gonna trend, anything. So I knew it was gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Probably whether she wanted to or not, whether he wanted, it was just a perfect opportunity for a media thing. And I just expected it. I was at we were at Brick House watching the game, and when I saw, I was like, Usher finna act up, and there it is. Now, act up is a relative term. I forget the legal stuff.
Now, personally, this is how I feel. Mm-hmm. I think Swiss Beats is full of shit, to be honest.
In this particular post?
Yes, like in this particular post, like honestly. Mm-hmm. But the problem is we've created this place to where men cannot actively speak out about how they honestly feel about the things their women do in public. Especially when it's a woman with a certain particular status and if her status is higher than his.
Okay.
Because in 2024, who you think net worth is bigger, Swiss Beats or Alicia Keys? Alicia Keys.
It'll definitely be the Keys.
Right. So, and if you know the origins of how their relationship started.
What's the origins of their relationship?
So you do know Swiss Beats was married to somebody else before him and Alicia Keys became a thing.
Okay.
So Swiss Beats had an affair with his ex-wife with Alicia Keys. Remember that song? I want to be the pet. I won't tell your secrets. That song was about Swiss Beats.
Okay. Keeping them secrets.
So Swizzy left his family.
His family?
Yes, he had a baby with his ex-wife.
Gotcha.
Left his family. Got with Alicia Keys. They got married. So if she didn't respect his prior marriage, what makes you think she'll respect the marriage she's in now?
That has been the going conversation for the last 4 years now.
And I also want to hammer home. Let's spin back to the Keke Palmer situation. Yeah. And this is a perfect example of the hypocrisy of our women on certain things. Because when he spoke out, oh, well, he's insecure, he's this, he's that, so what, she grown, whoop-de-whoop, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now men are in a particular corner to where you have to act according to such, or you have to conform to a certain way, because if not, you'll be labeled, scrutinized, attacked, etc., etc.
I pose a question.
I'm listening.
If you didn't have a problem with it, why speak out on it in any way? What was the point of speaking out if you didn't have a problem with it? I mean, I get that we don't know negative vibes here and all that, but why say anything if you didn't have a problem with it?
Because you're forced to respond, because not saying anything is damn near just as worse as going out there and condemning a woman, if that makes any sense.
I'll take your point. I definitely take your point. And this is precisely why I say I think this is the media. This is all media stuff. I think I don't know, this could be real things, the way people really feel. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, is an opportunity to put yourself out in the media again.
Yes, but this entire situation, this entire situation could have been avoided if Alicia Keys don't do this.
I agree. I wouldn't appreciate it if I was the husband. And we know this, your habitual line stepper. I'm expecting you to slide behind her or get on the leg or something. I'm expecting that. Yeah. I'm expecting you as the woman to do the tease part and just keep backing away from them. The crowd gonna go crazy. They're gonna be like, oh, look, he's trying to get to her. She backing. It works too. Now, why let that happen?
Now I'm gonna ask you a question. And I know the answer, but I'm gonna ask anyway. You know who Kyle Kuzma is?
I know that name.
Kyle Kuzma is a basketball player that plays for the Washington Wizards. He's worth roughly, his current contract, I believe, is about $140 million.
Ooh, that's nice.
Guaranteed. Like basketball contracts are fully guaranteed, right? Usher did a concert, I believe, in Washington, D.C. before, sometime last year, like a little after the Darius Palmer situation. Okay. And he was about to serenade her. She immediately jumped on her nigga's lap. Yeah. And said, my boyfriend right here. Okay.
That got attention too, didn't it?
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. So you can still get the media attention, so why do it this way versus the way of integrity? That was my question. That's because what I'm looking at.
Our women are empowered to objectify themselves. You only make media news when you're objectifying yourself. Notice the things that put our women in a great light get pushed to the background, but the things that objectify you gets magnified, get highlighted, because that type of press is what's spinning, unfortunately. And I feel as though we buy into it.
Oh yeah,
we subscribe to it.
I told you, media, baby.
But then we get upset when
you categorize with it.
Yeah. Come on now, like that's why I say, like, you're able to make choices, but you cannot choose the consequence. It's like, okay,
consequences subordinate to the.
Now, for sure. Now, okay. I say things like this to all my parents out there. Like, as a parent, you put things in place as a preventative measure, as a precautionary measure, so you could
reduce injury, you
can reduce a bunch of negative outcomes with your children.
Absolutely.
Now, you teach them, okay, you don't want to steal, you don't want to kill, you don't want to do this because, you know, the legal consequences, et cetera, et cetera. So again, you put those preventative measures in place. Mm-hmm. But why don't we do that with anything else? Mm-hmm. Like, if we know that choosing to turn here creates this negative outcome that'll put you in a particular position and put the culture in a very precarious position, why can't we have the foresight to see that?
I don't think we don't have the foresight. I think it's like I was saying, and this is why I say that all choices are influenced. There is a reason that choice showed up on the board for you to pick it. Okay. And if there's a reason for you to pick it, then there's an outcome that's tied to that choice.
Very much so.
You don't get the outcome until you make the decision, you select that choice. So I believe that there is enough influence to do it the wrong way and get the outcome that comes with it, than to do it the right way and get the outcomes that comes with that. There are positives and pros and cons to everything.
Right.
Even Jesus said, before you take up the cross, count up the cost. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. He didn't say there's no burden. He said my burden is light. It's still a burden, right?
Nonetheless.
Okay. Yes. So if you reading, you draw a sword, open and read.
You draw a sword, open and read.
It doesn't say that it's all positive. Yeah. Everything has pros and cons. So why not do it this way? Like I said, you could back away from them. Thing and all that, you're still gonna get crowd response. You're still gonna get, oh look, it's still gonna generate something, but do it the negative way instead, and then you get responses, and it just keeps going. Just like you said, you can go left, you can go right. Man, why did you go this way?
Shout out my boy Blake right there, man. My boy Young Master. Matter of fact, my boy birthday in the next couple of days. We definitely gonna get. That's the one we're gonna get that music podcast going with.
Okay. Yes,
sir. That's crazy. My boy checking me in, man. We here with it. Like you saying, fresh from the realest nigga from Studiowood I know. I promise. But that's the thing though. Like we and I'm not making this just a woman thing or a man thing. It's a people thing. Yeah, like we strive so hard for this perfect situation, right? And there's no such thing as the perfect situation. Like you just highlighted, like everything has pros and cons. Like I've even said on this show a lot of times, there's nothing you can do. There's no choice in this world that you can make that doesn't have no type of cons to it. Yeah, everything has pros and cons. It's just some things have more pros and cons, and some things have more cons than pros. Boom. You just gotta do your discernment. And understand like what these choices could lead you to. Right. Yes, sir. We're gonna get it going for sure. It's about that music podcast. Like that's just how that's just how it is. Not like we're the only culture that literally look to celebrities for guidance.
I mean, so there is a natural inclination to people that it's not so much celebrity, it's people you put in esteem. And so, for instance, you esteem a pastor and he does something wrong. That's why you feel that conflict because you put him in esteem. If you say, okay, he's a human like anybody else is a human, my expectation is they're going to be shortcomings, pros and cons to everything, including him. Then when he falls, you say, okay, let me see if I can help the brother up. Let me see if we can. But it didn't happen like that. Why? Because you've esteemed him to the point of celebrity. So when he falls, you respond the same way you do to a secular celebrity. Shouldn't be like that, should it?
No, it shouldn't.
That's how it is. So you have to be very careful who you esteem, because if you tie your emotions, if you tie your responses to that person that you've esteemed and they fall or they fail or whatever it is that breaks whatever you put in your mind, then you're going to have that conflict. You got to be real careful who you esteem.
You definitely got to be real careful. Like, that's insane, bro. That is freaking insane. But I love how you be putting that shit together, man. Like, it always come together the way it should. But give us 2 shakes of a dollar. We'll be right back on the Domino Effect. Come on.
Talking all that hot shit. You can watch the clip go -55, see? Like a frostbite.
Fuck out of here. And I'm Casper, a killer, and they learning this, son. And niggas don't believe in ghosts till they turn into one. Time.
Sonic, the motherfucking poet. If poetry was a gun, then my pen is fully loaded. Time.
I'm here to let you know, if it's stuffing in your skull, I put it on my soul. Gray matter, bitch. out of here. Table shit. Nigga. Shit. Next.
So,
It is.
all right. So I got some to segue into. Give us one more little bit of your time, baby, just to get in the line, baby. What the cuss is that?
What did you do?
Nah, never mind. I just seen some that scared the cuss out of me. All right, hold on. Okay, boom. I seen this post a minute ago. Again, this would have been on that show last week, but I definitely want to get into it right now. I say, man that says go 50-50 don't need nobody. Our papa was paying all the bills. It's called a provider. And if you go down this list of comments, oh, this is crazy. Now, my boys say, I always find these statuses hilarious. And you know me, oh, wait, what that boy say, oh, we ain't bullshit. I don't never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. I said, tag me in, coach, I swear. So he said, dog, I was just about to hit your line. He said, call each other. Get off my status. Oh, she must know that something about to happen. It's about to go down. So I want you to pay attention to what I got here. Hold up. Oh, wait. I said, I agree with the man that I agree with you that a man is supposed to protect, provide, and lead. But if he comes in the door essentially doing that from day one, my comment is cut off right there, but I remember exactly what I said. I said, if he comes in the door day one doing these things and you didn't earn that, you're going to treat it differently. You get, because what you treat what you earn different than what's just given to you.
Absolutely.
Like our women, your looks are given to you, but do you respect that? No. That's why you always putting on weave, eyelash, makeup. You're always trying to alter your appearance. But the things you like to brag about, the car you drive, the house you live in, the degrees you have,
Stuff you earned.
you earned that.
Your effort.
So you tend to treat that, and you know what I'm saying, you try to treat that just a little bit differently.
Absolutely.
So I like this comment right here. Where he said, that's why you don't have a man now.
Dang.
This isn't ancient times, and just because you grew up seeing doesn't mean you're going to get that. You don't know what your granny did for your grandpa to get to that point. This is the new generation. A real man is not buying that, knowing we all have to elevate. That's why we the lower race, we don't want to win nor succeed into generational wealth. The one under that with the mind state like that, you'll forever be lonely, especially someone who already got kids with someone else. It's time to switch it up because evidently that ain't working. How many times I've been saying?
I was about to say that's Mike all
How many times I've been saying, bro? We've been doing certain things a certain way for years, and it ain't worked.
Yeah.
Because if it worked, you wouldn't hear y'all crying about certain shit.
And you double down on the same thing, knowing it ain't gonna work.
Speak on that. So I also said, man, let me stop because you know nowadays. Hold on. I say, yeah, let me stop because you know nowadays everything get labeled sassy and gay when a man starts speaking like real facts about how these things really work.
You can label me. You know how I feel about labeling stuff.
Nah, for sure.
Crop apples is apple tree. You can label me whatever.
And if it smell like shit, look like shit,
the doo-doo.
It's the doo-doo. But it is why I say like for too long, bro, for far too long, the losers of these dynamics. The people who don't have the success in these dynamics, let me not say losers because that sounds a little bit too harsh. But yeah, the people that lack success in this area are the ones trying to tell the story. And they're currently influencing the newer generation or the people that's in their own generation. And all it's doing is just further separating us from where we need to be.
Why? If you're going to tell the story, just tell the story.
But
you know the story of Goldilocks. We don't need to add in all this other scenarios and stuff. It's just
but tell it from the general perspective.
No, tell your story.
Not for sure, but I'm saying you can't just because you don't like the facts, the numbers, the data, the statistics, the analytics, et cetera, that doesn't mean you get to alter.
That's what I'm saying. If you won't go with the aggregate, someone has examined this set, and out of that set, we came up with this trend. What does that trend mean? How do we interpret that trend? Taking factual things that happen, plotting them out, and looking at the trend of it. Statistic. But if you don't subscribe to that, you don't want that, I don't want the aggregate, then all you have left is
your personal experience. Yeah, your story.
So tell your story and leave it at that.
Yeah, and understand it, but understand this. Your story.
It's just your story.
It's just your story. Like,
and that's fine. That's your story.
And don't get me wrong, bro. Don't get me wrong. In regards to the status, is there some bullshit niggas out there? Hell yeah.
Yeah, but who keeps finding them? I've ran into maybe one or two, but they were tied to a female that was complaining about them. I don't just walk up and I see them all the time. I'm not around that group. Why are you around that group all the time?
But these be the same niggas that be
make babies. Daddies. Yep. The same 20%. That's a statistic. Same 20% of guys.
Damn, that's quoted, bro. It's crazy every time you say it. It's like, man, if 80% of black children are born into a single parent household, that means the same 20% are the ones that's making the kids.
In general, it based on demographic, certain geographic locations. Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you ultimately think?
I think most of us. It is not so much race. We still get hooked up on race and stuff. It is elite and everybody else. Those who control the world, the movement, the money, the this, the that. Those, and then everyone else. Everyone else feeds into that. If you are not one of those, then you should be working together with those in that same category classification within proximity of you to establish the best possible future that you can. That's what Kevin Samuels used to always say. Why can't the average woman get with the average man and be happy? I can understand you want the high value guy, but if he doesn't want you, you can't discount and say all the other ones don't qualify. I'll just make a child and be single, or I just won't do anything, or I'll date and just have sex. If you want that fulfillment as far as a relationship fulfillment, get with someone you can be with. Talk it out, what you want, what I want, and commit to it and stick with it.
Also, though, like people.
Same with guys.
Again, yeah, right. Again, I emphasize that. I'm gonna overemphasize this. This isn't just women, it's people. Yeah. It's a man. The men do this too, unfortunately.
Because they want the hot. You want the hot girls, and she's short and she everything proportional. You want the fine, the 10, and all that, but you ain't got 10 money. So guess what? You go find you a 5, and be happy with the 5.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, I feel like, okay, there's two things I got here. Our mind state is I want to get it, but
go get it.
You have to maintain it and sustain it, right? It's just like when you get a house. Do you just be like, oh, I want to get a house, get the house, and be like, okay, well, I did that. What's
you
next?
Got to mow lawn, you got to sweep, you got to
just like when you go interview for a job, like you said, you're interviewing for a promotion. You're interviewing to get the promotion and to keep the promotion and to continue climbing the ladder.
Beautiful thing is you get 6 months. At the end of 6 months, if they don't like your performance, guess what?
They're going to do some edge.
Now, if your position you came from is filled, what do you do? So it will behoove you not to end up single. In other words, without a job.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't make that commitment.
Right. So, and we also believe that attraction is symmetrical. Just because I want you doesn't mean you want me.
Triangle. Yeah. John want Keisha want Tommy want Selena.
Right. Because if I want you, you gotta want me back. Like that's how it has to be. It has to be an equal understanding.
Mutual.
Yeah, it has to be a mutual understanding of wanting the other.
Yeah. And desire, it changes. So
you always say that. You always say desires change.
Yeah. You ever seen somebody had a Honda and want a Lambo, get a Lambo, and then they want a Bentley, get a Bentley, and they want to.
You ever see somebody live here, then they want to live there, then they want to live here, then they live there. Yeah, there's no type of stability there.
Most women
Stability,
I know,
consistency.
guys I know that stay in apartments versus women I know that stay in apartments. Women move every 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
They show up. They want to. Can you help me move? And you're like, God, dog, didn't you just move? That was 2 years ago. I've been in the same apartment 10 years.
Jesus.
The rent ain't. You know what I'm saying? You already know that situation.
No,
I ain't gonna budge until it's time to budge.
I mean,
Because sweet is sweet, right?
sweet is sweet.
So, but women, I need to, this. I don't feel this space just not me anymore. I've outgrown it. I've this. I've that. I need to, because they're sensitive to their feelings more. I know how I feel about stuff, but why would I cuss off my money to go live in a place that make me feel better when I know the income that I have applied appropriately can get me retirement that makes me feel better?
Yeah.
So when I'm 60, I don't want to be trying to fight for $1,200, $1,300. I'm an apartment. I want to do it because I want.
Because like it's difficult living in the now. Like you can't just live in the now, like living in the moment. Like I've had somebody
that YOLO killing people.
Bro, how did you know I was gonna say YOLO? Like, bro, it's crazy because like I've heard somebody, man, shoot, you only got one life to live. You only live once. I'm like, bro, you realize rich people started saying YOLO?
Exactly.
Rich
you
people
don't fit
say
that
YOLO.
Category.
Because living like that is dangerous. Because you could cuss off tomorrow trying to live today.
Go get in a small legal battle. Don't have money to get somebody that knows how to get you out of it.
Right.
Now you on the books. You don't have to sit some stuff out or whatever, and then you got stuff on your record on something small. You can't just YOLO stuff. You don't. That's.
And I honestly feel like a lot of this go back to choosing the right person to procreate with.
Man, definitely.
Because
when it comes to something like that, yeah, to me that's a whole nother level of stuff.
Because it's like that's the ultimate purpose of us being on this earth is to procreate, like and to
pass on,
and to pass on. So if you get locked into this procreation with the wrong partner, with the wrong teammate, helpmate, whatever term you want to use here, this could definitely be dangerous for not only you but the culture and everyone around us.
We see that.
Yeah. And it's happening at a very prominent level. Like, and it's crazy. I mean, like I said, I'm a parent of 4. Been a parent since 2010. And the state of parentalship, it felt like it just went off a fucking cliff. Like it just nosedived. And like they say, like, man, shit, anybody being parents now.
All you gotta do is make a child, right?
Like, yeah, by definition, you will be a parent. Like, but does that make you a good one? Does it make you a consistent one? Does it make you a functional one?
It's not qualitative at all.
You said it's what I was?
It's positional. It's not qualitative.
Can you explain that? I know what you mean, but can you for the camera, can you explain that?
Yeah. You're in the position of being a parent. It doesn't mean you're a good parent or anything. It doesn't speak to the quality of it at all. It just speaks to the position. It happened. I learned that from leadership. See if I can find his name. Not Simon Sinek. John C. Maxwell. Leadership books. You get one book, he's gonna say these are the 5 principles of this, and in principle 3, he's gonna say these are the 12 steps of this, and you gotta go get that book. And in 12 steps, you get a step 7, and then he'll say these are the 5 things of this. You gotta go get that book. He's very wise how he writes books.
Is it marketing bit? Is it a marketing thing?
It's a keep profit going thing. Because you can't just get that one book and get it all. You gotta go get the next book that fills in that space. But he talks a lot about leadership, and one of the things he talks about that is a dangerous leader is a positional leader. You're a leader because somebody put you in a position of leadership. That does not mean you're good at it. It does not mean you fit. Yeah. It could be any reason they put you there, but you're in a position of leadership. You have this title, you have your subordinates, and that's just what it is. Then you have natural leaders on the other side. Natural leaders, whether they're in position or not, they lead. I would call myself a natural leader because even when I'm not going anywhere, people will say, well, I'll wait until you're ready to leave. You know what I'm saying? I'll follow where you're going. I'm not going anywhere. I'm chilling. Okay, can I chill with you? Just a natural leader. When people want to talk about money and stuff, they come and say, hey, let me ask you something. I heard you talking about this.
I definitely
lead me down there. Right. I don't come and say, hey, Mike, let me tell you something about finance. I can lead you down. I don't do that.
Nah, for real.
I never pitch myself, but people want to follow because you have natural leaders. And then you have positional leaders. You can place there, and it's just what it is. So it speaks nothing to a qualitative state. It speaks to a positional state.
Man, and you gotta be in the right position. You gotta get put in the right position from the right person in order to continue to elevate.
That's why good leadership should pick good leaders under them. But bad leadership tends to pick bad leaders under them. they were a good leader, they probably would pick good leaders.
Man,
So you're looking at something. What you doing over there, man?
Man, I'm just gonna play this. I'm gonna play this cause just to get a little. I'm gonna play this cause just get a little feel. See what we got ourselves going.
Turn up a little something.
I don't know what your topic is tonight, but I just.
I
guess.
Why you do that to me?
How old are you?
Guess.
She's like, yes. Yep. She gone, ain't she?
Yes,
Yep. I saw it
yes.
coming.
I don't know what your topic is tonight, but I just.
All right, that was weird.
You gonna tell me guess your age?
That's funny as fuck.
Childish. Cuss out of here.
That was childish. All right, I
That's
swear, that wasn't what I thought.
How old are you? Guess.
This nigga say, "Guess these nuts." It hung up on
Man.
Ah,
Oh, that's dumb. Oh, that's funny, cuz, man.
oh yeah,
Guess.
it gotta be. It gotta be.
I should have rocked the fro like you, man.
Man, I'm trying to get it.
No, you got it. Bro,
I'm trying to get it, man.
you trying to go 1970s?
Just a little bit.
Go out your mutton chops.
Just trying, man.
Make sure it pop up. Take that vehicle.
You were 20-year-old hot. You had 20-year-old wound.
I'll see your show, man.
Y'all are all out of whack with how men think. This is why you can't get what you want from us, because you're valuing something up here that is a used vehicle with a lot of miles.
Okay.
Just because you hand washed it. You were 20-year-old hot. You had 20-year-old wound. You had 20-year-old body count. You had 20-year-old trauma. You had 20-year-old experience. That's what we value. That's all it comes down to for us.
But don't you feel like with those
Everything-
experiences, a
see,
person can
stop.
add value to
No.
their lifetime?
Men value your youth, your fertility, your purity, femininity, submission, ability to cooperate, and fitness. And all of that
that's
is
true.
at your highest in your youth. The older you get, the older you get. No product gets more expensive with time and use. Have you ever been to the
Not
pawn
time
shop?
and-
Yeah.
All right. You ever take something you really value to the pawn shop? And did that hurt your feelings when they told you how much it was worth?
Daggone right.
Yes. I was like, what? Yeah.
That's you. We the pawn shop.
That boy there.
Oh boy, that's cold.
That's you.
That's super
God,
cold.
That's rough.
And it's crazy because that concept, like I'll say, again, going back to what's earned versus what's given. Like, if I come in the door doing this protect, provide, lead thing, how will you ever appreciate that? Because, again, like I would say this, like I've been saying, relationship is a skill. It's a skill you have to develop. You can't just wake up tomorrow and be the perfect candidate or to be a great candidate. I can remember there's no such thing as the perfect situation. Be a qualified
That's all I was
candidate.
about to say, yeah.
Be a qualified candidate for a relationship. You got to practice at it. You got to work at it. And that's why, again, I always say I don't shoot down self-care and taking care of oneself.
Given, yeah.
But it's a team
Sport,
thing.
yeah. If you don't
Like,
practice with
if
the
you
team,
can't practice with the team, how do you ever get better with the team thing? Like, and that's how, like, however you was in your last situation, that's how you're gonna come into this situation.
hopefully not, but I understand.
But naturally, that's what's gonna happen. Like, because it's what you know. Like, you can't, if you've never done it, never experienced it, you're never gonna change it until you actually like experience it, actually get to see it, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I would say it like this. You don't know it as an experience until then. You can, like you can study how to change your oil. You never changed it before, but you can study how to change your oil and gain knowledge.
Right.
But when you change the oil, then you say, okay, this knowledge perfectly applied, let's, for lack of a better term, perfectly applied still left me lacking because this car is not every other car. This car had some unique things. This bolt wasn't the usual type of bolt, or this thing wasn't what I expected. So in a relation, you come out of a relationship. If you came out of a relationship and you know this particular person had an issue with this thing, You don't have to go in the next relationship with hurt and trauma, especially if you're a proponent of self-help, self-fun. I get out of that relationship, I go back and I look at it and I say, okay, she used to say, I did this, that made her mad. So I'm not going to say that all these things are wrong. I'm going to put them over here in the category is, let me ask the next person, let's try.
Yeah.
These things made her happy. Let me put this over this because everybody's different. That may not make her happy, but let's ask, let's try. These things over here, I naturally like to do. Some of them work. So I'm beginning to, and men we like to, you say compartmentalize. I like categorize. Because when we grow up by putting things in categories. It usually starts with you do something and everybody smiles, you get a warm feeling. You do something and people go, no, you get a bad feeling. So that's how you separate. And then eventually it goes from there. But we categorize things. If you take those and you make those categories and you go into the next relationship not going, I am who I am, because you're not who you are, you're who you choose to be. When you go into that next relationship,
that's a good one.
You can decide how to perform. And if you go in deciding how to perform, you can get better at building relationships. When you go into business and you get under some of these gurus and stuff, one of the things they tell you about is form, family, occupation, recreation, and money. That's what form stands for. So I want to ask you about your family. So Mike, how old are you, man?
31.
31. Great. So you have family? You got kids?
Yes, you got 4.
You have 4 kids, man. How'd your wife feel about having 4 of your kids?
Oh shit, it was an experience.
Well, right. I would imagine. So how long you guys been together?
A long time.
Long time?
Yeah.
So you guys still happy?
It comes and goes. Peaks and valleys.
Yeah. It's natural like that, you know. You work together and work things out. You know, same in business. You know, that's what we're here for. Business meeting. Form. I'm talking about your family. You're going to, okay. So that's great, man. So what do you do? What do you do for a living?
I do this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah.
Got you. And you're here obviously with business, so you want to expand. Is it because that's not producing enough for you, or is it talking about?
Oh, precisely. I mean, I seen the money that I'll be able to make, the stability, the long-term future, et cetera, et cetera.
Got you. And I imagine with 4 kids, you like to go on trips and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys get to travel a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
so you never on recreation already. You see what I mean? Building relationships. So if you want to be stubborn and say, I am who I am, when you go into that next relationship, that person's going to say, I don't like who you are. I'm out.
Right.
If you're willing to work at it, like you said, then you can build something with someone.
And I always stop that right there. I'm like, okay, well, if you are who you are, what has being you gotten you?
Yeah.
Has it gotten you closer to the outcome you say you want, or have it kept you separate and kept you even further from the outcome you say you want? Because I always say, if doing you works, the results will show. And if it really worked, we wouldn't be here having this conversation. Because you'll have your husband, you'll have your family, and you will be gone.
Yeah, that's what you say you want.
That's what you say you want.
So that is a weird thing I notice about a conflict. I notice between I am who I am. You have to accept me for who I am. But then when it doesn't work out, it's I'm working on me. You are who you are, because if you are who you are, then that's natural. You can't do anything about that. That just you are who you are.
Yeah.
So you can't work on that. How do you work on that if you are who you are? I've never seen a light bulb work on how to be something else.
I mean,
it is what it is.
That's funny.
Rats have 4 paws, but they don't wear a belt.
Yeah.
What does it all mean?
Rats have hold on, run it back by me.
Rats have 4 paws.
Yes.
But they don't wear a belt.
Because.
Yeah, exactly. It's that type of logic that makes you go, I can't talk to this person.
I can't talk. Hey, we do what you say, they're terrorists.
I gotta stop calling people.
You got people a terrorist.
You're a terrorist. Be
Man.
alone. It's a lot of people I think should be alone, because I am who I am, I'm not changing for nobody, then that's great, because things change. You should stay alone. Pets run away sometimes. You should expect that from people.
Go ahead. What? That's how you coming today? Bro, that's 2 of them back to back. Niggas say rats got 4 paws with no belt.
Bro.
They say pets run away.
If pets run away, you should expect that from people. We think a little bit higher. So, if they can't take you, then...
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed that conflict. There's a lot of I am who I am, but then when they break up or whatever, it's I'm working on me. Well, we can't work on you if you are.
And bro, I mean,
choose who you are.
And as far as the men are concerned, like we have to know quickly that if who we are is not sustainable, or if it's not doable, or if it's not contributing to the betterment of society, like you'll damn near pay the consequence almost immediately. Like we always say, like, man, men pay for being irresponsible, inconsistent, almost immediately. Only our women have a 20-year payment plan, and the minimum balance ain't due for 20 years.
And that's not. It wouldn't be a problem if you paid off early.
Paid off.
That's what he was talking about. Your youth, women's youth, is important to us because that's where your fertility is. That's when you're at your most beautiful. That's why a lot of older women start lifting stuff and wearing stuff that push up and lift and squeeze together because they know these things are not where they used to be. They know that things have shifted, and they want that same perspective they had when they were younger. If you understand that, then you understand a guy understanding that. Especially if you got a lot of guys because you used to be on the 15th floor and now you're on the 3rd.
Definitely.
I ain't gonna talk about your body, but you know what I mean.
Definitely.
But
and hey to you too. And happy belated birthday to you.
What's up?
Long time no see on the show. See, you was here at the early stages, but now you barely. And Dick Gregory. That's hilarious. I ain't went by Dick Gregory in a minute. Niggas like Peanut. Pass me that Dick Gregory.
That's crazy.
Bro, I like to die when I found out Dick Gregory was a real person.
You know that?
Man.
Bro, that's funny. Man. Dick Gregory used to talk that trash, man. I used to love watching him.
Nah, for real. Especially when he went on the Breakfast Club a couple times. He definitely was talking that trash.
I need to see those. I haven't seen any.
But what you want to add to this?
Man, I ain't stopped talking. I need to add some. No, I mean, we're just having a conversation, man. I really think that I know we can do better, but are we going to choose to do better? I told you when we were probably maybe about 10 episodes ago, I was like, we have to start being more deliberate about doing the things that get us the outcome and commit to that.
Yes, and men have to be clear with their intentions from the word go.
Yeah.
Like coming in promising monogamy, promising this, but then flipping and switching the rules and changing the things as you go. That's not doing us any service. That's doing us a disservice also. And that's some of the things that our women talk about. And I always
But you can't keep going out on these expensive dinners and saying you don't like that. Because that gives the wrong impression as well. Because a lot of times it's I don't like this about you, but I ain't gonna say nothing because you need to just say something. And if the relationship fails because of that, then it fails.
Then it fails, yeah.
Because you don't want to be and again, it's not as bad of a cost for them in most cases than it is for us. So them getting married and having a kid or whatever and then getting divorced, in some cases they still win. For us, it's much more expensive. So
I mean, we're not talking about anything in particular tonight. I mean, I touched on the Alicia Keys situation ever so briefly. But we just freelancing right now just because, we want to get back out in front of the people consistently. I mean, went on vacation last week. I don't plan on taking another one until the summertime.
Yeah.
Like late in the summer. Well, not midsummer, by June.
By June?
Yeah.
If you push it to July, it might be something happening.
I can't.
Can't.
Like the date's already like locked in. It's last weekend in June.
Is it what, football?
Yeah.
Last weekend in June?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 1 week early. Cuz, bro.
We're
gonna talk.
He said, how I get on here, I'm ready to talk. Save it with my sister. Save it for next week. Because we about to get up out of here. This is going to be a very short episode of the Domino Effect conversation we'll make. Crazy. What you saying? 8 o'clock, man. You got to come in at 8 o'clock and be ready to talk.
We got to come in. Sorry about that.
But we just get to some of the things set up for the people to see. So I want on now, and people in jail want to be free, and people in hell want ice water, and they can't get what you want. You get what you need, not what you want. But any last year?
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
You said?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I'm saying.
Wait.
I'm gonna let you know.
My boy Jojo, what's the word? You saying what?
I'm saying.
But what you saying it when you said it?
Yeah, just then.
Just did?
Yeah. It happened. They know.
So, but the motto is, if yeah is yeah, then.
Yeah.
But if not yeah, nah. And some of y'all are not yet.
Not yet. But you can get if, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, you always say get more.
Get more.
Don't get less. Get more.
But yeah, y'all, it was great. We're trying to get more into the flow of it.
Shout out to you. You always watching on YouTube. I mean, you always lock in and you give us a comment every now and again. So want to make sure I give you some recognition on that.
Legit.
What you were saying though?
Oh yeah, I see it on screen now. My bad. I missed it. But yeah, getting more into just conversations because it's conversations with Mike and Pratt.
Understood.
So sometimes we ain't gonna have things. We gonna have conversations.
We're gonna have conversations. Yeah, and I feel like our better episodes when we freelance. So make sure y'all stay locked in for more future times and conversations will come. What you point to?
I ain't talking about it. Gotta watch for my birthday.
Is that wash back?
I don't know what it is. It's fly though, Elaine.
It's fly to the mob.
I'm not so much on name brands and stuff like that. I'm on the reasons why. So if I got a gift from the heart, I take it.
I'm coming on next week. All right, man. Just make sure you're available.
Who that, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, be there.
And if you come on here talking cuz, I promise you I'm gonna boot you. You'll be the first person to get booted off the show. Frank Castle, in other words. But
what you want to talk about next week, Amir?
Yeah, we'll let you pick the subject.
You want to come on?
We'll let you pick the subject. What you want to talk about next week? Floyd, my boy.
When I mix it in right with the Sprite.
Bro, you better put some up there, huh?
I'm getting high.
I'm getting high on life. Even my boy said,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's black on this track. It's static and stacks. We stacking up racks cause we racking up tracks and we tracking for storm. While it's storming, relax. On our backs, we sturdy. That's facts. We stumbled and struggled. Now
we gonna let the dominoes fall.
Ain't no looking back. We building an empire, simple as that. We lead from the front, used to be in the back like the waist, man. In your face, man. We ain't running the show or the place, man. It's for that paper. We out on a chase, man. Stop snacking. Get more than the taste, man.
It better be
diamonds on glisten while fans rockin' listen. We run with boss women. No sipping, no pimping, no limping. We strut. I swagger too much. Be all in them guts till they saying ease up. Slice on the course, rubbing elbows with money. 4 under par, smart brother, no dummy.
That track is hot.
Everybody's business how he run it. It's funny they thinking the hood need a friend. Tell all your secrets, he can't comprehend. That we taking notes, we plotting on boats. Big mansions, exotics, and sowing our oats. Bringing queens to the table that carry our seed. Generations of growth. We pull up them cute yards, buying our bars. Haters exhausted, we take it too far, going too hard.
Going too hard. Man. Man, I gotta get that part 3 up on this one.
You got to. And you let me hear it. That's where you messed up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go free get more of that.
Yeah.
When I get time to sit down after this tax season, I'm gonna sit down and mess with it.
Yeah, Stacks got part 1, you got part 2, and I got part 3.
We need to do a remix and just
put it all together.
Put something down. Yeah.
Just blend it all. But my people, my nerds, hey man, love y'all. Y'all make the show what it is. Just continue to comment, continue to like, share, and subscribe. Just make sure y'all keep tuning in. We're gonna keep trying to do this every week. And hey, give us some subjects, y'all. Like,
yeah,
sometimes if y'all want to talk about something, like just send it to me. Like, you know what I mean? Send it to me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, whatever you need to do. Man, on that note, peace on both hands. That's foes all together for sure.